I had a dream this morning that the Red Hot Chili Peppers came over and were mad because we had a poster of them in our apartment and it was hung up on like coat hooks. We used those to like stick it to the wall, and they were concerned because that it was going to get covered, like if people put their coats on those hooks, that the poster would be covered. And Anthony Kiedis, is that his name? He was like, it's fine for now, but we're going to come back, and if it's covered, we're going to take the poster back. I woke up and I was like, the World Cup is crazy. Today there was a game between Germany and the US. I knew that Germany was probably going to beat the US because Germany is the best in that group, and Germany's just a really good team in general. But I was kind of hoping like maybe they'll be nice and it won't be such a defeat that the US can't go forward. And also a lot depended on Portugal, because Portugal needed to not let Ghana get too many points, because otherwise Ghana would have kicked the US out. So Portugal won the game 2-1, so that there was like no chance of Ghana being able to go forward, because at first when it was a tie and the US was losing to Germany, it was like, oh my god, if Ghana scores again, the US is out. And then Portugal won. So it was like, oh yay, thank you Portugal, but Portugal's still out, which is good because I can't stand Cristiano Ronaldo. And the US is in. The US made it in. So it was really nice to see the two German-American and German coaches hugging and smiling at the end, and like the team was all really friendly, because like half of the US team is German-Americans. Like they're German, but they are American also. Like they have dual citizenship. It's really interesting. It's kind of like a cool way to see how like America is, where most Americans are not really from, like they're from here, but they also like, they're like first or second generation Americans because their parents came from another country. Hopefully, if they play Belgium, hopefully they will not be completely trounced. Kind of hoping that they can stay in for a little while. But I still want Argentina to win it all. Scout is currently not here. We let the Esky rescuers take Scout to the doctor to have like another checkup to see how his legs were doing, to see if he needs the knee surgery. As it turns out, he gets along fine. He doesn't need the knee surgery because his legs are working fine. He falls over from excitement, not because his legs are messed up, but because he's so excited he can't stand. He's like a fangirl. Later tonight, he's going to come back, and we're going to hopefully look over the adoption contract and sign the adoption papers and adopt him. So that's the Scout news. So this is like the only video in Scout history without Scout here, and then from here on out he'll be in the background probably panting. There's a used bookstore that's like right by my work that's amazing, but it's also probably bad because I can't help myself from going there because it's a lot of fun and I love books and I love being surrounded by good books, and the books are really cheap. Like I got 4 books I think for like $5, which is amazing because usually you spend more than $5 on just one book. I just started Stardust by Neil Gaiman and I really like it. So after that I'm going to be reading my other books. I got another Gore Vidal book. I'm obsessed with him. Actually I got 2 Gore Vidal books because he's great, and I got Frankenstein because I've never read Frankenstein. I just need to make sure that I don't like spend my entire paycheck on books. Speaking of books, I finished Beloved, that's why I'm reading Stardust now, and Luis and I started watching the Beloved movie. It's like 3 hours long. We watched it like an hour at a time because we started it 2 days ago and watched an hour, and then last night we watched an hour. And tonight we're probably not going to watch any because we'll be busy with the dog. So then like Friday we can finish Beloved maybe. It's a good movie, and it follows the book really well. Like it has most of the like big important moments. It actually hasn't left out anything that I can think of. And like it actually uses lines from the book, and the acting is really well done and stuff. It's a little bit cheesy just because it's like, I don't know. I feel like the production company is not as like big, but maybe if it was, it wouldn't have been as faithful. Also, speaking of books, it was just announced that Sarah Polley is going to direct the Looking for Alaska movie. So now there's going to be 3 John Green books made into movies, because there's Paper Towns coming up, which I hope will be really, really good, because that's my favorite. And Looking for Alaska, which is probably going to also make everybody cry. He needs to write another book, and he needs to make sure that he makes it like his other books, like really good, not like with the idea that he's going to make a movie, because sometimes that makes the quality of the book go down. I will see you next week, before the 4th of July, hopefully, maybe on Wednesday with Luis. We shall see.